Continuation. The day she faced him. News about Elin Gray spread like wildfire. Every talk show, every journalist, every social media platform spoke about the woman who fooled the world. But Elin wasn't interested in becoming a media darling. She refused interviews, declined fashion endorsements, and kept her foundation's focus strictly on helping women in crisis. Still, the public demanded more. There was one question echoing across headlines. Would she ever confront Judge Coleman? She didn't have to wait long. The city's ethics board, prompted by complaints and viral footage, summoned Judge Coleman for a hearing. Elin received a formal invitation to testify. The hearing was open to the press. The courtroom was packed that morning. Reporters, lawyers, activists, and curious citizens gathered. Flashes from cameras lit the hallway as Elin entered. Not in a glamorous gown, but in the same modest coat she once wore on the streets. Her hair was in a simple bun. Her walk was calm, but every step echoed louder than any word spoken that day. Judge Coleman sat at the defense table, his face pale, his hands trembling. The prosecutor stood and said, "Ms. Gray, would you please tell the court about your experience with Judge Coleman?" Elin stood. The room quieted. Even the camera shutters stopped clicking. "I am not here to humiliate anyone," she began softly. "I'm here because thousands of people are treated every day the way I was treated. Looked at, not seen. Judged, not known." She turned and looked straight at the judge. "You didn't know I was an actress. You thought I was worthless. You saw a coat and not the person inside it. That's your crime, and it's not just yours. It's in this system. It's in our culture. I'm only standing here because I got lucky, because someone stopped and listened. What about the women who never get that chance?" There were tears in the courtroom, some from journalists, some from those who had once laughed at her. Then she ended with, "I don't want revenge. I want change." Epilogue, a star in her terms. Judge Coleman was formally removed from the bench. Elin declined to comment publicly on the outcome. 6 months later, she released a book titled Invisible Until Now, chronicling her journey and stories of other women she'd met along the way. She refused to return to Hollywood. Instead, she founded an acting school in Brooklyn, free of charge, for women from shelters, halfway houses, and foster care. She taught them not just how to act, but how to speak, be heard, and be seen. And yet, once a year, she returned quietly to that same street in the Bronx. She would sit on that same bench where Coleman once shamed her. Now when she sat there, strangers passed by and smiled warmly, whispering, "That's Elin Gray." But she never answered. She simply smiled and kept watching the world with those same eyes. Eyes that always saw more than others could.